Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video, and welcome back to a brand new series. Now this series is called 100 Days of Data Structures and Algorithms. So we're actually going to start from the basics. So today we're just going to be solving a simple warm-up problem, and then in the next video we're going to do anagram, and we're going to go into two pointers. So in this video we're actually going to be solving a simple warm-up problem called contains duplicate. So basically this is how contains duplicate works. So let's just go ahead and get directly into it. So we provide it, give an input of some integers, and now if any number in this input appears more than once, then that means it contains a duplicate and we are supposed to return true, or otherwise we are supposed to return false. So for example, I give the input as 1, 2, 3, 4 here, right? But now say if we have 2 again over here, that means 2 is appearing more than once, which means it contains a duplicate. So we're just going to be returning true. So it's basically a very simple warm-up problem. So we're going to be solving it in Python. So let me just go ahead and start solving it. So now the first thing we actually want to do is we're going to define a function. So how do we do that? Define, and then contains duplicate, and now inside of this function we're gonna have a parameter called nums. We're gonna call nums, which is just a shorthand for numbers, because this will be our input. So we're gonna give integers as the input, right? So the next thing we're gonna do here is like the main part. So scene is equal to set. So basically a set is a type of data structure which can only hold unique values. It cannot hold the same number multiple times. So a set can only have unique numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And now it cannot have 5 2 times. That would cause an error. So a set can only have unique integers or different ones, and a number cannot appear more than once. So now we're gonna have a variable which is gonna be a scene, which will be equal to a set, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna iterate through each number inside all numbers. So for num in nums. So basically, if we have like 1, 2, 3, 4 here, now what this for loop does is that it's gonna iterate through each one. So for it's gonna check every number one by one. So it's gonna check 1, and then it's going to do 2, and then it's going to check 3, and then 4. Right, so for each number in this number, if the number is in scene, right? So what we're doing is we're checking, we're going to go, is one by one going to iterate through these numbers, and now it's going to check if this number is in the set. So it's going to check if this number is in the set. Alright, if it is in the set, we're going to return true, right? Now, otherwise, we're going to add. So we're going to add it to the scene. So we're going to add the number into the set, right? So we're going to add that. And now, otherwise, we're going to return false. So basically what is happening here is that, first of all, we have a set called C. Now we're going to iterate through each number, right? Now if any of these numbers are in scene, we're automatically going to return true. Otherwise, we are going to be returning false, which means if this number is in scene, it means it is duplicated, right? It has a duplicate. So we're just going to return true. But if it is not in scene, then we're just going to be returning false. Now let's actually go ahead and test this. So print contains duplicate, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now this should return false because we do not have any duplicate in this. So let me actually go ahead and run this. See, as you can see, it returns false because there's no duplicate. Now if I put 5 multiple times, it should return true because it is a duplicate. As you can see, now it returns true. So yeah, this was actually the problem for today. Now tomorrow we're actually gonna in tomorrow's video we're going to solve 2 or 3 warm-up problems, and then we're going to get into 2-pointers, and then we're going to solve also a 2-pointer problem. So yeah, that's it for this video. Now from now on, I'm actually going to start to post more consistently, probably like 2 or 3 times a week, and a lot of shorts too. So just watch those and subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching.